What up, fam? It's Gavin Richard. I know it's been a while since we've talked. I've just been so busy, tied up with everything with school and so forth. I just want to give a quick shout out to all of my followers on Twitter. I know I tweeted a few weeks ago I was going to do a topic on suicide and depression in particular, how it affects us as African Americans, something that I think is largely ignored. Um, I have battled with depression. I still do, and why I'm doing this on Facebook today. This is February 1st, 2012, which is the first day of Black History Month, and it started on some sad news with the death and passing of Don Cornelius. Of course, I'm not from the era when Soul Train was in its prime. I'm much prettier and younger, but I definitely grew up on Soul Train. I know a lot about it, and I'm really sorry to hear about Don Cornelius's passing. But um, I grew up primarily, I guess, early '90s when Soul Train still was vibrant, and we still had some good memories on there. Every Saturday or sometimes in New Orleans it would come on a Sunday in the morning. They would play syndication, and it meant a lot to us to see ourselves, to see our artists perform, because it exposed us and exposed America, especially white America, to black music. And that was the genius of Don Cornelius. And what was beautiful, you can say about Soul Train coming together and Motown coming together. Well, let me start over. When Soul Train came along and Don Cornelius moved Soul Train from Chicago. Soul Train actually was syndicated in Chicago before it was in Los Angeles, and this was right after Dr. King's assassination. So this was a difficult time for us as a society and as a people. But what was important, Don Cornelius moved it out to Los Angeles, and it was around that time you had Berry Gordy moving Motown from Detroit. So you had to Los Angeles. So what you had was a marriage made in heaven, technically speaking, if I can say, of black music coming together. And a lot of Motown artists got exposed because of Soul Train and got their big break. The Jackson Five, especially the Temptations, Smokey Robinson and the Miracles, uh, Marvin Gaye definitely was on there. I can name so many: Marvin Gaye, Tina Marie, and Rick James. That was the first time everybody saw that Tina Marie was white. Ivory Queen, may she rest in peace. Uh, so many artists like that. Luther Vandross especially was on there. Aretha Franklin, Stevie Wonder. The list goes on. OJ's, Spinners. It goes on, man. And people are definitely gonna miss that. I grew up in the '90s, so of course that wasn't the Soul Train prime, but we grew up enough to know about it, and we also, saw Snoop Dogg. We saw the rappers on there, and that's when Soul Train was important. Snoop Dogg to us, Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre and so forth. I want to say Tupac. I don't know if he was on that. I can't remember. He's on a lot of things. He's even a milk carton. But but yeah, that was when Soul Train was popping, and we still watch the reruns on Bounce sometimes. To see what our parents wore. Thank God I wasn't there, but they were good times, man, and I think people are gonna miss that. And I definitely will do my story on depression and suicide to tie in with Don Cornelius. But we want this also to be a day of celebration for what he's done for us as African Americans and for society and the world. And I understand Soul Train was seen, not just seen in black uh, homes, I know that, but it was important that they were shown in black homes because during that time and during uh, which was with racism, unemployment at an all-time high. We had the Vietnam War, depression, just so forth, drugs, so many things that were just changing around society at that time that was coming out, and that not necessarily got rid of those things, but it was an escapism for those things, and it was escapism for people that were poor or people that were, mistreated and so forth. Every Saturday morning, they would tune in and watch that, and so would my family, and I still, and that, me and my brother did. I love the Soul Train Awards, particular. That's when it really, when they had meaning back in the '90s. I can remember, Diana Ross and getting an honorary award. I remember Janet Jackson being on there, and Michael Jackson, performing in the chair when he sprained his ankle, getting a humanitarian award from Eddie Murphy. So those were all things I'm gonna remember, man, about my childhood from Don Cornelius, and I can't forget the Soul Train Starfest Christmas shows. I love those. Uh, Maybe they can, with Don Cornelius, is that not to capitalize on anything, they could possibly bring it back, and it can be something that we remember. Make it special. We don't have specials anymore. All of this reality crap that we watch on TV is garbage, but it meant, yeah. But those things were just, you saw raw talent. Luther Vandross, Shaka Khan, and Babyface, and Brian McKnight. Those are things that you'll never forget. But I'll definitely do that story. But rest in peace, Don Cornelius, and I'll see you later, family. And you can bet your last money that this is going down like Stone. I didn't screwed up the line. You can bet your last money that it's as solid as stone, honey. And we wish you all love, peace, and soul. Love y'all. Rest in peace, Don.